Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from top to bottom hair and skincare. That's top to bottom hair and skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you all for tuning in to Unfiltered Sports. Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, we really talk about take it or leave it. And today is going to be a little bit different today just because I just wanted to come on here and give everybody a little bit of an update. We're still going to be talking about, sports as far as March Madness goes. We're still going to be talking about sports as far as the NBA goes and football and some inputs on that. But I really wanted to come on here today as well to just give everybody an update on a lot of good things that has been happening for the Delaware Dogs. One of the biggest updates that I can say is that the Dogs will be playing their third season as a pro basketball team starting June 20th, 2026. So June 20th, 2026, it'll be our next season, and we'll be able to kind of just play our game from there. It'll be a summer season, so it starts in June. It goes all the way through September. It's called the Pro Basketball League, and we will be representing the state of Delaware. We're going to be playing majority of our games in Wilmington. So we already have um, four venues in the works for the city of Wilmington where we're going to be talking about, hey, like this rec center is a community center, but we can be able to pay our fees for referees, pay our fees for the community center, and invite the community to come in for like little to nothing. The cost to get people in, we could sell tickets for $5 there and bring a packed out crowd and the community. So people that live in the city of Wilmington will get in for free just because they live in the city of Wilmington, and we're trying to give back to the community as well. On top of that, we working with the Wilmington Boys and Girls Clubs to try to get a partnership with them to rent their facility. We got another partnership in the works with the Pilot School out in Wilmington, and they have a decent sized gym that can fit anywhere between 200 to 300 fans as well. And so we're working on some kid events over there at that school and building up a partnership there. And it's amazing with the amount of work that we're doing. We have a head coach that actually cares about the community, the kids, giving back. We have a general manager, it's the same person, like I said, who cares about the kids. We are hiring a team president and chief operating officer. And so that person is going to be in charge of just giving back to the team as far as helping getting corporate sponsorships, helping with a lot of different things. And blessings have just came out of this last week and a half, 2 weeks as we speak. And from there, we're working on a lot of good things. And one of the biggest things that we're working on is that last weekend in May, or that second to last weekend in May, we're going to be traveling up to Burlington, New Jersey, and playing in a community basketball game out in Burlington for their community. And then April 18th, we're going to be going up to Burlington to support the Burlington Thoroughbreds and their Earth Day event that they're doing out there. And so we wanted to show some support to, our sister basketball team over in Burlington. Even though, we compete on the court, we join together in unity for Community Day and giving back into the community. And so they're going to be supporting us with our community events where we're going to be giving back to the homeless, feeding the homeless, just passing out some clothes for the homeless, hearing their stories. Everyone has a story, and everybody needs to be heard, and their story deserves to be heard. And so, we want to be able to be that shoulder that they can lean on and just say, hey, here's a hot meal that we actually care about you. We appreciate you, and different things like that. And I think that's really cool to kind of have that opportunity in itself. On top of that, we're going to be putting on our Community and Unity Day as well. And I'm not going to speak too much on that because I don't want people to go out there and steal my ideas just yet. But just be aware that June 28th and August 30th are going to be our community and unity days in August 30th because it's closer to back to school. We're going to be doing a back to school event combined with that community and unity day, and blessings are about to overflow in the city of Wilmington. On top of that, we already have like a mock schedule put together for the pro basketball league for the summer, and we have a mock schedule already put together for the ABA. And so I am beyond blessed to see that this is happening and that big things are just coming out of this off season. And the off season's only been about 2 weeks now. So you know, it's just it's a great feeling to know you have people that's here that have your back and to kind of just support your vision and your dream. And I've always had this big dream, and I'm not going to say it in here because again, I just don't want people to come in and try to steal my ideas, just as some people that try to bring their own basketball teams to the state of Delaware has done already. And so I'm gonna just keep my comments as far as what we're gonna be doing short and to a minimum. But with that connection we got with the pilot school in Wilmington, we're going to be what do you call it? We're going to be doing some kid camps and different things like that as well. And so I'm excited for that. But we're 100%, almost 100% ready for both seasons. And, I can't complain about that. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the chat already. I really appreciate the support, the love. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And so thank you guys for tuning in. One of the big things that I want to talk about really fast as well is the way the playoffs are shaping out for the NBA, but as well as for March Madness. When we look at March Madness, the fact that Florida was knocked out early, I'm shocked by that because a lot of people have Florida winning the whole March Madness tournament. And that's just from the men's side of things. When we look at the women's side of things, it's crazy because Dawn Staley is cooking it up in California, and I am like mind blown how these tournaments are shaping out. Like the fact that UConn eliminated Duke on that buzzer beater was crazy, like crazy. Like that 3-point shot. And why would you not take the foul with 5 seconds left? Let them foul you, send you to the free throw line, shoot your free throws, make them or miss them, but at least give them, you know, don't give them that opportunity to shoot that close to the basket. Like at least they would have to bring the ball back up court and you could full court press and different things like that. But you gave the game away. I don't know, I'm mind blown by that. Like you gave the game away. And it just it just makes me laugh to see like why? Like are you not using basketball logic? And so right now, my bracket was extremely messed up once Florida was knocked out and once Houston got knocked out as well. But my final four, I got half of it correct so far. I picked Arizona and Michigan to face off, and then I took Arizona to make it to the national championship game, and then I had Duke versus Houston, and then Houston with the upset to face Arizona in the championship game. But obviously, I was wrong, and neither Duke or Houston has made it to the Final Four. It's UConn versus Illinois, and honestly, I think that UConn will make it back to the big dance. The national championship game, but I think Arizona takes the upset and beats UConn in the championship game, and like I said, I have Arizona winning it all. So that was just my pick or whatnot. But like I said, I'm really, really mad that Duke didn't make it this far because they just busted my entire bracket even more than what it was busted. Florida didn't make it this far because they even destroyed my bracket even more than what Duke has done. Houston, same thing. They should have won. But big props to Iowa because Iowa knocked off Clemson. They knocked off Florida. They knocked off Nebraska, and then they lost to Illinois. And so, like, that's just crazy. Like, this 9 seed team in the South region is knocking off all of these higher ranking teams and going. And that's what March Madness is about. It's showcasing your game and playing it to the end. And so I'm excited to see what this Final Four looks like. Again, I appreciate everybody for joining in the channel. And again, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Um, Now, on the women's side, I didn't do a women's bracket this year, but I think South Carolina, or not Carolina, is it Carolina, California, and UConn, that's going to be a good matchup. And when I say it's going to be a good matchup, I mean like it's going to be the it is South Carolina. So yeah, South Carolina and UConn. It's going to be a great matchup, meaning that they're going to be battling it out to the end. Like Dawn Staley has a great basketball career and reputation, but also as a coach, like she's won the big dance before, and she's, I think, back to back years. And so for her, she's a Philly native. She rep Philly everywhere she go, and she is hyped to rep that. And it's going to be crazy to see how many players that she coaches gets drafted to the WNBA. I think she's a game changer. And for Dawn Staley, in general, I hope and I pray that when Philly gets their WNBA team, that she is an owner of that team because she can make a difference. Um, but Duke is just, I don't know. Duke made me mad because just back to Duke really fast is that you were up by 2 and you dribble the basketball, you pass the basketball out of the trap, you get it to the middle where you're supposed to get it. But why in the world would you try to lob the ball up through 2 sets of hands? Common sense says hold the ball, use your triple threat, pivot, jab step, something. Force them to foul you, send you to the free throw line because you were already in the bonus at that point. Then when he throws it up and they reject the ball and they steal it and he passes it forward, passes it back, and he launches it from the logo. Like, bro, you let him shoot from the logo. You don't put a hand up. The one thing that a lot of coaches from youth to high school to college to the pros is you got to contest the shot. Put your hand up. You got to get a hand in that defender's face. And if you don't get that hand in the defender's face, that's going to happen 99.9% of the time. You didn't get his hand up and didn't contest the shot. And that's what happens. Duke loses. To UConn, though, great game. But it was a controversy, not call, but argument after the game was over because they said that Dan Hurley headbutted the referee at the end of the game after he made the shot. Now I seen like an interview of Dan Hurley where he had said that he thought the referee was coming to bump chest with him to celebrate the shot that they had just made to win the game. Now my mind is that's a great excuse and a great mindset to have, but why would a referee be celebrating a shot if he's supposed to be unbiased? Like, very unbiased. The reason that they're starting to look like men, and it's a shame, is because the way that they have allowed, the way the NCAA has allowed men who consider themselves transgender women to play in women's sports. That's some of the issue that we're facing is that some men who are considered transgender women are allowed to play women's sports in the NCAA, and I hope that rule gets overturned. I do not agree with that rule. I believe that if you were born a man, you should be able to compete and play in a man's sport. Now, if you get cut from the team because the coach just says you're not good enough, then hit the weight room, try again, and keep playing, or go find a sport that they need players and learn that sport and become good at it and prove people wrong. People told me I wouldn't be able to play football when I was in high school because of my height, but I made the football team and I played football. Same thing with basketball. People told me I wouldn't be able to play basketball because of my height. I made the basketball team. I played basketball. Just different things like that. Even with volleyball, like, oh, you too short to play volleyball, blah, blah, blah. Just excuse after excuse. But I went out there and had fun playing the game. And I'm not saying I was the best on my team. I'm not saying I was the worst, but I went out there and I had fun playing the sport that I went to try out for. And the fact that, like I said, women's sports is upcoming, and I've said this before on Unfiltered Sports, is where I believe that women's basketball is starting to become more entertaining than men's basketball. They're bringing a lot of hype over to the WNBA. The contracts are there where they're getting paid millions of dollars now. They're starting to get their money's worth. They're shooting the basketball like they're shooting their lights out, whatever. They're playing fundamental basketball. There's some women like my homie Shaq said, is that some women can dunk the ball, but for me, it's just more electrifying to see that like it's starting to click on all cylinders. It's starting to become well-oiled machine, and it's functioning correctly, and it's doing a lot of good things in that community. But I wouldn't say like right now in the way the NBA is, it's dry. Like I don't even know when the last time I actually watched a full NBA game because the game is just like let me dribble the basketball between my legs 100 times and then I'm gonna take a shot between three people, or hey, I'm gonna flop on the ground. And that's when I really started to like dislike basketball, is when I seen LeBron flopping a lot and when I seen a lot of people just flopping and hitting the ground and people starting to fight more or less over an elbow. And it just really just destroyed the game and the love that I've had for the game. Now when I look at it today, it's like already like who can actually play the game very well. And when I say who can play the game very well, I'm talking about, okay, like, can you shoot the 3 pointer? Can you shoot the mid range? Can you lay the ball up? Can you play defense? Can you pass the ball? Like, what can you do that's going to separate you from everyone else? And one of the things that I'm seeing in the NBA today is that there's a lot of bigs who play the five, the four, who just want to shoot the three. They don't want to post up down low. I'm 5'5". Give me the ball down low. I'm going to post up. I'm going to hit you with a bang bang and hit the fadeaway or hook shot, or up and under, score basket. Like I'm gonna do something down low to get you off your feet and have you jump, and I'm gonna draw the foul. And like that's just my playing styles. I'd rather play down low and score a basket than try to shoot a 3 pointer and score as many points as I can, right? Because I want to take my opponent out the game mentally, thinking like, oh well, he chalking trash, he playing physical down low, he trying to body me, he trying to do this, he trying to do that, but he's small. And when I get physically and mentally in their mind, and they're like, damn, like he just schooled me down low, or he bullying me down low, and I'm scoring points on him, then they're like, all right, I got to step it up. I can't let him be bodying me down low. Um, and it's embarrassing when you get bodied by someone smaller than you, and even when they shoot the jump shot in your face and they make it, it's embarrassing. I remember one day I was playing street ball at the local park, and it was a few friends that I was playing with, and they brought some of their friends, and the guy had to be about 6'5", 6'6", and he was just outrunning everybody, like physically. The whole game, he was just outrunning everybody. He was just that much more in shape than everybody. And first play of the second game that we had played, he was playing defense on me, mind you. I'm like at the 3 point line. I take a few steps back. I'm dribbling, pass the ball, get the ball back. He plays defense. He jumps, tries to block my shot, and I hit it, none but net. And then he grabs me and he goes, "Oh, so you trying to embarrass me out here, huh? You trying to embarrass me?" I said, "Nah, man, I'm just trying to have some fun." And so every play after that, it was him playing defense on me, down low. He blocks my shot. I go down there, steal the ball, and just try to have some fun and bring the competition. And that's what I'm about, is the competition. Is how can you play a game and not really bring the competition? How can you play a game and not bring the best out of somebody else? Um, the I mean, I'm not trash at basketball, but I'm not the best. But I just have fun playing the game that I love playing and coaching and overseeing. But yes, the women's basketball is smaller by what is 28. I think it was 27.5 or something like that. I don't know off the top of my head. Let me double check because the men's ball is 29.5, but the hoop is not lower to the floor. Um, but I don't think women's sports is fake. I think it's real. And so WNBA basketball size. So 28.5-inch basketball. So just an inch smaller than a men's basketball. So that makes a difference. It's about 20 ounces. And so it's a size 6 basketball compared to the men's, which is a size 7. So obviously, like, there's just a little bit difference, but not much of a difference. And there's no excuse. There's no excuse. I don't care how small the ball is. I don't care how low to the ground the hoop is, or whatever it may be. Is that if they're competing and they're being more fundamentally inclined than men are in a men dominant sport, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's more, in my opinion, like, I've probably watched more WNBA games from start to finish than I have NBA games this season. One, because I think it's funny, because one, Angel Reese, she can, and I've argued with a lot of people about this just to troll people, and it was funny to me, but to them it wasn't funny. I troll people with Angel Reese, like Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, that debate. I had that debate going, but Angel Reese was getting triple doubles, and when you look at Angel Reese getting her triple doubles, she was only getting triple doubles because she was missing almost 90% of her shots. She would shoot, lay the ball up, it would go over, then she would get her rebound and get it again, brick, and then she finally would score. So, on any given day, you can account for Angel Reese to get at least 13 rebounds off of her own shots. And then you turn around and you look at Caitlin Clark, and you can look at Caitlin Clark and say, all right, she's going to get at least, 12 plus points, maybe even 20 plus points, because she's shooting from the 3-point line beyond at the logo. She thought she was Steph Curry. And then now you add in, you got Aj Wilson, you got Sophie Cunningham, you got Paige Beckers, you got Haley Van Lith, you got a lot of different women who can play basketball at this level. Now, if you put the Golden State Warriors versus the Golden State Valkyries, who's going to win that? Obviously Golden State, but right now Golden State is at the bottom of the barrel. They're not even the cream of the crop anymore. Like, they're just like, if you ever watch a forest fire and just the leftover burnt grass or whatever, that's what Golden State is right now. And they're at the bottom of the barrel here. Like, they're washed up right now, and they're going to have to start to trust the process and start to rebound and bring in better players. I don't like Caitlin Clark at all. I very strongly do not like Caitlin Clark. I think Paige Beckers is better than Caitlin Clark. I think that, in my opinion, that Angel Reese, if she was not trying to play selfish and miss every single one of her shots, would be better than Caitlin Clark. Haley Van Lith, I think, is better than Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham, I think, is better than Caitlin Clark. That's just my opinion, though. And the funny thing is that Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark are teammates. But all Caitlin Clark likes to do is she cries. She shoots the 3-pointer. She gets one little hit and she cries. Her first season in the WNBA, what happened? She was getting bullied. She was getting beat up, knocked down, and she would cry. She would go over to the bench and cry. She would yell at the referees and cry. And when she got a technical foul, what did I do? Good job. Good job. You got a technical foul. You're yelling at the referees for what? Because they're doing their job. Good job. Golden State is at the bottom. They're number 10. They're the 10th seed right now in the play-in tournament. 2015, 2016, 2017. Where was Golden State at? Not the bottom. It wasn't until post-COVID that you started to see Golden State at the bottom. Once they lost Clay, they started to go to the bottom. The Splash Brothers separated, so they started to go to the bottom. I'm just saying. So it is what it is, bro. But just know that Golden State will never be the same. I'm just saying, like, they will never be the same. And so I'm excited, though, for what's to come with these NBA playoffs, because as you see, when Philadelphia, what do you call it? Since Philadelphia lost their last game to Miami, New York clinched their playoff spot because of Philadelphia's loss. Now Philadelphia still has to win and go from there. Out the pit, what's going on? What's going on? You got your number one fan in the building. His name is Ben, and he's over here trying to act like he knows basketball, but it is what it is, man. I'm gonna lay off the Kool Aid today. I ain't have no Kool Aid, so I'm a little bit tired. I need my Kool Aid, so I need somebody to get me some Kool Aid. I think OG trying to hide the Kool Aid from me though. Um, but just off of WNBA and NBA again, real fast. Back to the dogs. But yeah, I just got the notification that somebody from the NBA G League affiliated team will be at one of the dogs summits coming up actually this weekend, and so it's going to be live streamed on YouTube, and so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to try to share the link live so people can watch it as well, but we're going to be getting interviewed by or different owners are going to be getting interviewed, and different things like that, and this guy from the NBA G League is going to be there, and he's the one guy that I need to talk to do the double headers for um, the city of Delaware, and so he's affiliated with the Sixers NBA G League team, the Delaware Bluecoats, and so if I can get that doubleheader going on, I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge boost for the Delaware Dogs, 100%. So those of you that got Dogs gear already, start rocking it more and more. I mean, it's very appreciated that you're already wearing it, but tell your friends about it, tell your support system about it, see if they can get some Dogs merch or whatnot. I'm in a little bit of a hold up with merch as some people already got some because of shipments coming from all over, and the war in Iran is holding up a lot of my shipments, and so it's taking a little bit longer than I expected to get people their gear. But please, if you buy your gear now, I'm telling you, you'll have it in time before our summer season starts. And the uniforms that we get in, I'm telling you, we got a city edition uniform in the works. We got our regular home uniform. We got an alternate uniform, and then we got our away uniform. So we're gonna rock with 4 different uniforms this year. We got a red, a black, a light gray, and um a white uniform, and I'm excited for all of them. And so when I tell you, like, y'all want to get on board with these uniforms, get on board with these uniforms because it's over. Like, Dogs basketball is taking over Delaware. We are the face of Delaware. Like, we're going to be the longest standing team in the city of Delaware, and so I'm excited to see what's happening and where everything's going from there. But I'm telling you now, mark my words, you guys won't be disappointed when you get the Dogs merchandise. The sweatsuits, comfiest sweatsuits I've ever worn. Like, I'm telling you, like, these sweatsuits are like made for me to just relax all day. And I'm telling you now, y'all need to get a sweatsuit. It's a light gray sweatsuit. It's soft as can be. The only thing is that it's not really a sweatsuit. It's a tracksuit because it's not the hoodie. It's like an actual like track jacket. So it's a nice tracksuit and it's comfortable. Um, I enjoy it, and I'm gonna wear mine up on Friday to the summit, and then I'm gonna change into my business casual outfit because I got to be in business casual to get interviewed and whatnot. And so, telling you guys, this Friday, just tune in for me. That's all I'm asking. Just tune in to YouTube. I'll share the link and everything. But NBA playoffs is tuning in and shaping just the way I like it. I went over this last week with the NBA playoffs. NFL is starting to shape up a little bit, even though it's in the preseason, and a lot of good things are happening. The draft is coming up, and I feel like even though basketball is starting to come to an end, and football, it felt like football just ended, like literally. Well, it's pretty much April, so 2 months ago football ended, and so like I feel like football starting back up, and it's just really fast. Hockey's almost over with. Basketball's coming to an end soon. Come June, it'll be over with. And so it's interesting to see that like how fast like sports are ending, but then other sports are picking up, and then they ended so fast, but then they're picking up so fast. And baseball is the longest played sport, and just know that like the Phillies are letting me down right now. They're really letting me down. They lost their last 2 games, and it wasn't looking too good. They let 2 of their best players play in the Team USA, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but they need to be at spring training practicing. We talk about practice; they need to practice. But let's look at that Phillies record or standings or whatever you want to call it right now. So right now in the National League East, the Braves are at 3-1. The Marlins are at 3-1. The Mets are at 3-1. The Nationals are at 3-1. Unfortunately, the Phillies are at 1-3. So they need to turn it around. And they need to turn it around big time. Whether they get rid of Trey Turner, whether they get rid of some of these other people, they just need to turn it around and start looking at the future of the organization. I wonder, and I really didn't watch the game to get a full story as to why or how this happened, but this guy got ejected in the first inning. How? What did you do to get ejected in the first inning? That's crazy. I also seen, if I'm not mistaken, was it the Texas team? Who was it? Was it the Texas team that their manager got kicked out because of the challenge, the ABS challenge, and then he went up to the umpire. It was like, yeah, it was the Texas Rangers, I think. He went up to the umpire and told him like, hey, he didn't properly signal for ABS challenge, and then they were arguing back and forth, and then he got kicked out the game or whatnot. And they said that was the first ABS challenge ejection of MLB history. That's crazy. Like, something has to be done. Like, this is not just something for the NFL or the MLB. It has to be for NFL. It has to be for NBA as well. Like, all of these challenges and different things like that are happening. But, like, how are you going to hold these officials accountable? Like, some of these officials, and I saw a video where, like, officials are gambling on these games. And you can't tell right off the bat who's actually gambling, but you can tell once the game is going, like, oh, like, this referee is calling all the calls for this team, or this referee is doing this, or whatever it may be. It looks one-sided. But Jeremy Lin had put out a video on social media or on a podcast or something like that, where he talked about how he was playing in a game for the Brooklyn Nets and how he was, I think he scored 20 points, had like 7 assists or 10 assists or something like that. He had a double-double, and it was the third quarter. That man didn't play the whole fourth quarter at all, and they lost in overtime. And he could see that there was somebody in the stand. Like, he had got the coach told him that they got the call during the game to not play them the rest of the game. And so he was confused or whatever, but then he could see somebody in the stand signaling the staff of the Nets to not play him anymore and play this other person on the team who had like 27 points and 10 assists or something like that. But they were going off, and they should have won that game. But yeah, he called out the NBA for being rigged and betting on the games and different things like that. And I think that's crazy. So I'm excited to kind of go from there and figure things out. But, we'll see what it is. So it's interesting. I'm excited, but I'm going to give you guys your night back. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in on Unfiltered Sports. Until next time, everybody, y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow on a new episode, our first episode of Life After the Whistle.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it, and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.